びの時代は終わる。
Hi guys, I'm Bush Whatever here, back with another video. And for today, I'll be doing a new part of What If Deku Had Artoria, or Has Artoria. I'm really sorry for not uploading for a week. I'm really sorry, but I still do the live streams and not doing the Garbage Days podcast. I'm really sorry for that, but well, I was a little bit busy at the time, so yeah. But I really hope you enjoy today, and shall we begin the story? Last left off when Katsuki almost killed Izuku. Well, not literally kill Izuku, but essentially having the intent to kill Izuku. And Izuku wondering what would happen for his childhood friend. Because even though Katsuki looks down on Izuku, Izuku still has a essentially a knight personality that he will always protect those people even though they hurt him essentially. So it was another part, or about 2 weeks after, not 2 weeks, about a week after the incident. um Aizawa came into the class and said that today you're gonna be deciding the most important thing in your UA career, to which all of the students were a little bit, nervous except for Izuku, to which Aizawa said that picking a class representative or class reps, to which all of the students said, that, oh, it's just normal school stuff. To which, when it came to the voting, Izuku actually accumulated a lot of the points, well, a lot of the votes. Reason being, he is the most suitable to become a leader. To which Izuku asked why in front of the class, because first off, if you're gonna essentially be a representative, what's the reason why you were voted to be a representative? So each of the student, each of the class 1A said that Izuku actually has a personality of a leader. To which Izuku says, "That's just it. Am I? Do I have just a personality of a leader?" To which a few of them added that he is too kind and he always protects people. That even though they're in grave danger, he always is, a person that is always going to sacrifice his life just to protect people and will not essentially betray them. He essentially exudes Sigma male mentality. Let's just say that. To which the vice president or the vice representative was Momo. Still, it's still Momo. To which they eventually finish electing a lot of the essentially the officers, you could say, the PRO secretary and stuff like that. But after that, Izuku and the gang, Ida included, let's just say the Deco squad, went to the cafeteria to eat. To which it was lunchtime, if I presume correctly. To which Izuku ordered katsudon and essentially a beautiful dish. But before he was finished ordering, he asked Artoria if she would like something. And true enough, Artoria wanted something, to which was uh, 4 burgers. If you know, you know. To which Izuku ordered 4 burgers and essentially grabbed his tray and went to the seat or the table where Ira, Ochako, and essentially just say Suyu. Suyu was. To which Izuku said that sorry for the wait. To which Ida asked, why do you have so much food? Oh, it's nothing. To which Izuku said to Artoria, do you want to dematerialize? Do you want to appear essentially? To which Izuku said to Artoria, and Artoria said that sure. To which Artoria came out of her spirit form, spirit form, and sat next to Izuku. After that, a lot of them were confused because they never seen this type of sentient quirk essentially. To which Izuku says, "Oh, is it weird?" No, yeah, they just said no. It's not weird. It's just that we're shocked. We haven't seen this type of sentient quirk essentially. It's so you added like it's just like Tokoyami-san and Tokoyami-san's quirk Dark Shadow. To which Izuku says, yes, somewhat, but It's essentially she has a mind and will of her own, and she can do whatever she wants if she wants to. To which, during their peaceful eating, they were interrupted by alarm bells ringing. It was, in fact, a lot of alarm bells ringing, and Izuku asked one of the seniors and asked, "What's happening?" To which the senior said that, uh, "For my 3 years in UA, I haven't seen this happen. It's more likely a villain attack." To which Izuku was in shock. To which, yeah, and so on, because who wouldn't be shocked with an attack? And Izuku actually pondered for this for a moment and said, and imagine that it's kind of dumb to essentially go on a vid attack on a day, because yeah, I understand that it's normal to for villains to attack, but if you're gonna put strategies and stuff like that for this for it to be a villain attack, it's not really good because All Might isn't tired and so on. So yeah. So while the students were all panicking and shoving each other through the hallway, Izuku looks out the window and saw that it was just reporters. To which Izuku said in a loud scream, authoritative voice, saying that everybody, shut the hell up! Don't panic! To which Izuku yelled and caught everyone's attention. To which Izuku explains that there are pro heroes on the scene, so they wouldn't need to be so much scared. We have All Might and all of our heroes. So eventually, being the authoritative figure that he is, well, not really authoritative, but having the essentially the confidence to essentially do that in front of a lot of people is mind-boggling. So a lot of people listened to Izuku and essentially went to a single file line, went to their classrooms orderly, which eventually they they eventually went to their separate classroom. But after that, Aizawa came in. This is a little bit extra, you could say. But I was just going to ask you guys, oh well, I was just going to tell you guys that we're going to be going to the USJ before you guys go to your separate homes. Before I forget. To which everyone in class 1A said that, okay, affirmative. Thank you so much, Aizawa sensei, for telling us, and so on. To which after that, Izuku went home and slept. The next day, it was the USJ, to which all of the students, including Izuku, wore their hero costumes, Izuku having knight armor, which Izuku said that go to the bus in order of your seats to be more organized, or if you wanted to, you can go sit with your friends. To which Izuku said to them, just don't, and adding that just please don't be too chaotic, to which they all agreed. Which in the bus ride to the USJ, a lot of people were talking about the quirks and stuff like that, about how the pros and cons, what are the weaknesses and stuff like that. To which, when it came to down to Yuku, they asked, Midoriya, how does your quirk really work? To which Izuku said that, well, my quirk essentially drains my stamina, you could say, to just summon Artoria over here, and just to keep her in the battlefield, it's going to take my stamina. To which a lot of them were confused and stuff like that. To which I'm just gonna be saying this right now that uh mana is real in MHA. I'm just gonna be saying that mana is real, just like in FGO or in Fate. The Fate here, there is literal mana, which a lot of the quirkless people have a lot of mana. Essentially, them having the potency of a very very high class mage, or yeah, mage. To which all of the quirk people, they still have mana, but not as much, you could say, because it's essentially just like their mana is being used for other things like their quirks and stuff like that. To which just like Magicraft, or yeah, Magicraft, it's essentially just going to be one thing. And yeah, after that, well, eventually they arrived at the USJ, to which they went in and they saw a 13 Pro Hero 13, to which Ochako was actually quite surprised and very very excited because they both have space quirks. to which Ochako was infinity, and well, not infinity, my bad. It was called, if I remember, zero gravity, my bad. And 13 actually having black hole, to which 13 explains that this is the USJ or the unforeseen simulation joint. This was essentially where they were going to be trained for essentially rescue situations, just like in the mountains or in the cities. Essentially, every part of this terrain or every part of this area is specifically trained or a terrain is specifically a terrain for which area, for like example mountains, cities, and so on. And eventually, a lot of people start asking questions and stuff like that. To which Izuku noticed something. To which he tells Artoria, Artoria, did you see something or did you feel something off? To which Artoria just says, a little bit. I'm not really sure how to put it into words, but I quite feel it. To which Izuku said that to Artoria, and Artoria said that, okay then, I think we need to get our guard up. It's getting a little bit weird, you could say. To which Artoria says, I agree with you there. To which 13 still continues on her essentially rant about the USJ and stuff like that until Hiroshima pointed out, wow, wow, really? So they even hired fake villains. To which 13 just says, wait, fake villains? And 13 looks back, as well as Aizawa, to which they notice that those are real villains, and said to the students that those aren't fake, they're real villains. To which all of the students were shocked, except for Izuku, obviously because he had his guard up and he felt something was odd. Which Izuku essentially said in a leadership kind of voice, saying that everybody calm down and stick together eh, so you guys won't be essentially harmed. So it's Bakugo being the asshole he was in in season 1 of Boku no Hero, of My Hero. It's essentially just nothing to Bakugo. It was just like thin air. To which Bakugo just said, "Don't tell me what to do, Deku." To which he said that to Izuku. To which eventually a lot of the villains came out, and they saw a buff bird, a guy with mist, and a guy that has hands. To which one of them commented, "It's weird. The guy in the hands looks weird." To which the guy in the mist went to the students and circled around him, or around them, and starts to essentially say that they're the League of Villains, and his name is Kurogiri. And Katsuki, being the hot-headed guy he was in the first season, he rushes in to Kurogiri and essentially tries to burn him to ashes, to which it did not work at all, and I do mean at all. What actually happened was they were being Katsuki was being essentially manhandled by you could say by Kurogiri. I mean by this is that Kurogiri essentially just let Katsuki pass through him, to which Katsuki didn't do anything. He didn't do jack, and he was just out of shock of how powerful this quirk was. To which Kurogiri just immediately warps everyone, all of the students, into different locations. And Izuku, surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, goes with the shipwreck zone. Well, obviously, we're not gonna go away from the canon. So he went to the shipwreck zone with Suyu and Merera. Merera still being the perv that he is, but a little bit reformed. Well, not really reformed, but he's still perv. But yeah, they essentially start to make a plan of what to do, and eventually he calls Artoria, and Artoria essentially comes up and says that, well, I would recommend that we do this because I feel that there are villains here that's the reason why the mist villain brought us here. Which Izuku says that's a great idea. To which before they could get out of the boat, a lot of the villains start to circle around the ship and essentially start to arise a panic out of Mineta, and Mineta being the scaredy cat that he is, essentially just hides behind Suyu, and Suyu just says, "Are you supposed to be a hero, Kero?" Which, if you guys might be wondering, Kero means ribbit. Okay, so eventually, what happens next is that a lot of them just start to panic. Well, not panic, but Mineta only panics, and Yuko, being calm and collected, start to think of an idea of a plan of how to get out of this because they don't really have anything to use. To which uh, Saber thought of something, and this is a far off stretch, but she said that what if, and I do mean what if, she throws them to shore. To which Izuku said, "But how about you? How about you? You just can't, nilly willy just go away because or throw us there because you're just gonna get stuck here." To which Artoria just says, "Not really, because I can jump from here to there." Which Izuku just says, "Okay, yeah, I remember that now. So I guess that would be a great plan. Do you agree with that, Suyu?" To which Suyu just says, "Sure, Kero." And Minara just says yes. To which after that, well, they execute their plan, and the first one to go was Suyu Asui, then Mineta, then Izuku, and after it was Artoria. Eventually, when they arrived to shore, they were hiding behind the steps, and saw that Aisawa was getting pummeled by the villain, or by the bird villain muscular thing, which was supposed to be the Nomu. If you guys may be wondering what it was, it's the Nomu, so don't worry. And after that, essentially, the handyman, we could say, the handman saw Izuku, Asui, and Mineta, and essentially with fast speed went to Suyu. And and I do mean before the handman went to touch Suyu's face, Artoya manages to block it immediately by her sword. To which, if you might be wondering why it blocks her sword, but it essentially touches the sword, why doesn't it decay? Well, the thing is, when you cannot really, disintegrate a spirit's or a heroic spirit's weapon, so it cannot be destroyed. And yeah, so after that, they just essentially escape. Well, not escape. Izuku just distracts the hand villain, and he orders Suyu and Minana to go to Aizawa and save him. To which they oblige, and eventually, when they were far away, Izuku said, "Throughout the heaven and throughout the earth, I alone am the honored one." Which a light shines upon him, and the sword comes out. To which he said, "Well, this is a battle that I need. Artoria, shall we?" To which Artoria just says, "Yes, we shall." To which they fight the Nomu and Shigaraki. To which Izuku is fighting the Nomu by himself, and Artoria is fighting Shigaraki. If you might be wondering why not Izuku fight Shigaraki, well, the reason is it would be better for Izuku to fight Shigaraki. It would be better for Izuku to fight the Nomu because of the powerful sword that he has. Because the Nomu has instant regeneration. So yeah, with the Nomu, Izuku starts to slash at the Nomu, but it reveals to Izuku that Nomu was fastly regenerating, and I do mean fastly. The regeneration factor that he has was uber quick. Sorry for that, but it was super quick. And Izuku thought of one thing to essentially defeat the Nomu, but it would be very very difficult if you guys know. To which Izuku said to Artoria, can you buy me some time? To which Artoria just says sure. To which and continues saying that, what do you need me to do? And Izuku said that, just protect me while I chant. To which he said, for the Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, Raphael, Celestial, Rugiel, and Barakiel, I need your power, thy power to help mankind. To which a light shines upon Izuku, and Izuku says, Excalibur! And essentially using Excalibur. With that powerful beam, it destroyed the Nomu to nothing. It made him disintegrate. And I do mean disintegrate, by the way. To which when Shigaraki saw this, he was shocked and pissed and annoyed. To which Shigaraki said, "You cheater, you cheater, you cheater, you cheater, you cheater! You're a freaking cheater!" To which him having a literal temper tantrum. To which, if you guys might be wondering, where's All Might? Well, he overworked him. And if you might be wondering why Ida didn't go out, well, they were managing quite fine. Essentially, it was the villains in this one were too quick, the least, or yeah, too quick or too fast for either to get run away and stuff like that, or if either was to run away, the Kurogiri managed to warp him immediately. So what happens next is that eventually, after receiving a distress call or a distress signal that the teachers have on backup, because obviously when something like this happens, eventually all of the heroes came, including All Might, late to the party well, not as always, but seeing them, a lot of them said to Shigaraki, Master, we should leave for now. To which Shigaraki just, sure thing, Kuragi. To which eventually they left. To which the police was called as well because of the distress signal, and they essentially managed to question a lot of the people or a lot of the students on what happened. And essentially, they said that the villain attack and stuff like that, and such and such. But yeah, that's essentially what happened. But through the day, through that, when Izuku went home, Inko was really, really shocked and a little bit scared for Izuku, and essentially being the caring mother that she was. So Izuku reassured her that it was nothing, that he was fine, that she doesn't have to worry. To which, no, Izuku, it's your mother's job to worry about you. But eventually, when Izuku went to his bedroom, he asks Artoria, how do you think they managed to get in the USJ? Do you think it's something to do with the quote unquote villain attack that we received in the school? To which Artoria just says it's a probability, and it's highly likely, to be fair, to use it because of the commotion. But I'm not really sure myself. But to be fair, that's one of the possibilities that you can actually use. To which Izuku just, it's either two things. The villains have inner information, or they're just so damn good. But I choose the first one because it's impossible for them to think about this, and based on their movements, yeah, I can see that now. But yeah, I just sleep this off. Good night, Artoria. To which Artoria just says good night. And that's it. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'm really sorry for not uploading for a while. But like I always say, like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys later. Bye!